Welcome to the manufacturing section of NANZ Group. The facility is involved in the manufacturing of external preparations such as liquids, gels, ointments, creams and dusting powder in both pharma as well as the cosmetic range of products. We have a total of 5 manufacturing blocks for ointments, 4 manufacturing blocks for liquid formulations, 2 blocks for dusting powder, 1 each for swab and sachet filling. All the manufacturing blocks are further facilitated with respective filling and packing area.
The design of the facility ensures a uniform flow of man and material movement. The manufacturing sections are provided with separate secondary change rooms for core manufacturing area and filling areas. Epoxy flooring is ensured in all core manufacturing and primary packaging areas. PU, painted walls, covings, and powder-coated door panels are provided for the ease of cleaning. Color-coded gowns help for the identification of the person with respect to their role and functional area. Separate quarantine areas are to store bulk material. All contact parts, equipments are made of GMP model with SS316L. Separate areas for equipment cleaning and storage are provided. Temperature and RH are controlled between NMT 30 degrees Celsius and NMT 65%, respectively, with dedicated HVACs in individual cubicles.
All dispensed materials of the products are being carried to RMD in a closed SS trolley. The production officer verifies the received material against the BOM of the product. The weight is being verified using calibrated weighing balance. The entire activity is recorded in the batch manufacturing records and verified by a second person. On planning, the material is transferred to the manufacturing area for processing. The RMD store is connected to the manufacturing area through a common corridor for the ease of man and material movement. We have a separate ointment manufacturing section for products other than povidone iodine. We call this area as white area. This section is equipped with mixing vessel connected with an aqueous and wax preparation vessel. All the equipments are made up of SS316L for product contact surfaces. Automatic controls are provided for temperature and RPM as required by the process to ensure proper mixing. Only trained and qualified persons are involved in the entire manufacturing activity. The liquid manufacturing section is equipped with mixing vessels. Line clearance is done in the presence of an IPQ person before taking any batch for manufacturing. The charging of the pre-weighed materials is done through the manhole of the vessel. After processing, the material is passed through a filter press during the transfer of bulk liquid to the filling area. All the activities are being recorded in the batch manufacturing records. There is a separate, dedicated area for the manufacturing of povidone iodine range of products. This is a controlled area. This section involves the manufacturing of povidone iodine scrubs, gargles, povidone iodine solutions and ointments of various strengths. The liquid section is provided with mixing vessels. The povidone iodine ointment section is equipped with mixing vessels connected with an aqueous and wax preparation vessel. All the equipments are made up of SS316L for product contact surfaces. The pre-weighed material is added in the vessel in processing and is being verified by IPQA on completion. The manufacturing vessels are provided with automatic control and monitoring systems for RPM, vacuum and temperature as required by the process. The sensors are calibrated at a defined frequency to get the correct measurement. All the filling areas are connected with a separate decartoning area wherein the primary packing materials are unboxed and transferred to the main filling area. The filled cassettes of LEMI tubes are fixed on the filling line. Change parts are ensured for the particular pack size requirement of the product. The filling machines are highly automatic, which have all mechanical and electronic controls to ensure perfect filling of bulk is being produced. The required filling weight is adjusted and is verified at the start of filling operation in presence of an IPQ person for each filling nozzle. The filled tubes are subjected to automatic crimping. The filled tubes undergo fill weight verification at the defined frequency by manufacturing as well as IPQA. The filled tubes are then transferred to the secondary packing area through the conveyor. The auto cartoner is provided to pack the filled tubes in the carton. The packed carton by auto cartoner is then subjected to tertiary packing. The tube cartons are then filled in shrink wrap or inner cartons with pre-specified instructions for numbers. The filled film wrap weighed under the established weight range, which then further is put in the oven tunnel for a proper shrink wrap. Finally, the shrunk-wrapped product is put in the shipper, sealed with BOP tape of required specification. Weight verification of the shippers is done online to confirm the required weight range established initially before the packing operation. The shipper will carry the generated weight slip. The liquid filling area is equipped with a facility for bottle washing. The desired water and air pressure are maintained. The turntable is being loaded with bottles in an inverted position for washing. Pressurized water and air are inserted to remove extraneous material from inside. The cleaned and dried bottles are then sent to the filling nozzle through the conveyor. After adjustment and verification for the required fill volume of the product, the bottles are then filled with the content under the filling nozzle head. The movement of the bottle from one unit to another unit is regulated by an automatic conveyor. The filled bottle undergoes capping through the automatic capping machine with the required torque. The bottles move through the conveyor to the next unit of packing. The IPQA verification is done after every 1 hour of the filling operation for the fill volume using a measuring cylinder. All verification activities are recorded in the batch manufacturing record. The visual inspection for any extraneous matter is done on the inspection table under the required lux of light by qualified visual inspectors for a fixed number of hours in a single sitting. The bottles then undergo labeling operation automatically. The printing for the product details such as batch number, expiry and manufacturing dates are done online. The entire packing operation is verified by an IPQA person as per the instructions mentioned in the batch packing record at a defined frequency. Once the labeling is done, the product is then filled in shippers with proper verification of the product. Then undergoes BOP, taping and weight verification. The NANZ manufacturing facility is also equipped with a sachet filling machine. The machine has an automatic control for the fill volume and sealing temperature requirement. The roll of the packing foil is fixed in the position, the bulk of required fill volume is poured into the pocket, and finally, the multiple sachets are sealed at specified temperatures simultaneously. Provisions are given to monitor the temperature of all heaters such as side, middle and horizontal heaters. The NANZ group has a separate facility for the manufacturing of dusting powder. The manufacturing has two identical areas for powder processing equipped with a sifter and a ribbon blender. This facility has a separate warehouse for the incoming material. The materials undergo receipt procedure at the time of their receiving through a checklist. The received material is de-dusted and weight verified before transferring to the quarantine area. The warehouse facility of the powder section is provided with a separate sampling and dispensing area. Secondary change room is provided for required gowning. Sampling is done RLAF using clean sampling tools and calibrated weighing balance. After sampling the material is shifted to the under-test area attested with a yellow label for identification. On getting the approval from QC, the material is then shifted to RM approved area. The approved RM area is provided with all racks. Material status is properly indicated through labels with different colors for each stage of their approval process. Material is dispensed under RLAF having pre, intermediate and HEPA filters where operation is performed by trained warehouse technicians in presence of IPQA using clean tools, accessories, utensils and calibrated weighing balances. All the personnel are required to wear secondary gowning properly to protect the product and the environment from microbial contamination induced by personnel. Materials enter separately into the dispensing area through the pass box. The warehouse person ensures required PPEs for material and health safety. Accurate weighing and material identity is verified to avoid errors. The manufacturing section is properly defined for the man and material movement. The material is transferred through the pass box and man entry is done through the secondary change with proper gowning. The section is provided with a material sifting room that is equipped with a sifter. The operation is done by trained operators under the supervision of production officers. Only cleaned accessories are used for material handling. The blending area of this section is provided with a ribbon blender. The operation of the equipment is done as per approved SOP. Automation controls are provided in the equipment for better control over the equipment operation. The environment monitoring is done to ensure the required temperature, RH and DP as required by the product and record is maintained. The equipment is provided with a variable frequency drive to have control over the required RPM for the process to ensure proper mixing. Once the bulk material is released by QC, then the entire lot is shifted to the filling and packing area. The filling machine is 4-head machine where the fill weight is adjusted initially at the start of operation and periodically verified by a manufacturing person and an IPQA person against the limit defined in the batch product record. The automation control is also provided with a filling machine to regulate the speed and the other operational aspects. After the filling and capping operation, the filled bottles are transferred to the secondary packing area where it is 100% verified before being put in the secondary pack as per the instructions mentioned in the batch packing record. The filled inner shipper or carton undergo weight verification in the established weight ranges. Finally, the pack is sealed using BOP tape and again underweight verification for the entire shipper. The entire verification activity is recorded in batch packing record. FG store is provided where the material is put on hold and is dispatched once we get the QA release.